And we are back with another review. If I sound a little bit more tired, that is because I literally spent 2 hours last night because I wanted my YouTube channel to actually have some content, because we've stopped doing like loads of stuff because I've been so busy working more hours. And now that lockdown's lifting, you know, we can kind of go out a bit more now, so the YouTube thing's been a bit more, you know, dead. So last night I spent from midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning recording the videos, deciding where I wanted to go. And I thought, you know what, this morning I'm going to treat myself and finish it off, but I'm going to start with probably one of my personal favourite Skylanders of all time. And I do have this guy fully upgraded, but for some reason the spikes don't actually show on him, which is probably a bug. But I think he still gets the armor. If he doesn't, then it don't really matter, because the armor don't really mean that much anyway to me. Oh, yeah. After this, I've only got Drobot left, who's actually fully upgraded. I've still got Slobber 2 fully upgraded from Series 3. I've got Kingpin and Golden Queen, so at some point I might do them if I run out of thingy. But there's a fair few Skylanders that only need one ability, like Boomer and all that. I say Boomer, I just need his Soul Gem ability, because Imaginators is so expensive to like level them up. To be fair, I'm probably best off plugging in my PS3 and going on Spyro's Adventure to do it. Let's have a peek, come on. So, my good old Storyable Wham shell. I didn't come from a very wealthy family, like, to be fair, so it was rare. Basically, the Skylanders I'd get for Christmas, and I'd get for my birthday, which is just after Christmas. So basically, my mum needed help at Tesco, like back in the day, so I went with her. You know, if I helped her, I'd get a Skylander, so I was like, of course I'm gonna help, because it's a Skylander at the end of the day. Yeah. But you're only allowed one, because, you know, I've got sisters, you know, you're not allowed to favouritize. And we'd done the shopping, so she's like, oh, we'll go get your Skylander now. And we went into game, and all the characters in there I had. She's like, oh, okay, I just get the same one again and upgrade and different. So, well, I came out to kind of get a new one. Like, I'd much rather got a new one. So I'm getting wiped here. And with good old Wham shell, unfortunately, it was very rare where I lived. Like, the certain Skylanders you just wasn't getting your hand on, like where I lived, like at all, which kind of sucked. So we got into game, and the person at game said, oh, well, Argos got a new stock of Skylanders, so if, you know, we want some Skylanders, let's go to Argos. And the only Skylander available in Argos that I didn't have was Hex. And I said, can we just go, we have an Argos opposite of Tesco's, can we go check the Tesco's? Maybe me not thinking, you know. And we walked in, and the first thing that I came across was a Zook, which was, you didn't really see many Zooks around, so I was like, oh, that's instantly a good sign. Toys R Us was the go-to for Skylanders for me, but... And then behind Zook I found Series 1 Wham shell, and this is the light core Wham shell. I don't know what happened to my Series 1, I think I sold it. So, I grabbed Wham shell, my tiny little brain ridiculously excited. But then behind Wham shell was Dark Spyro, and it was ridiculously rare to find like a special variant of a character. So I was sat there just proper like, do I want a new Skylander or do I want a rare variant? And I chose, and I had to choose Wham shell. My mum wanted to buy me both. So let's go into good old Wham shell's ability. So he's got his mace, and bearing in mind this ability is a lot better in Spyro's Adventure, because when you hit it twice you do this thing where you dash forward and spin the mace. I think in this it only hits 4 times. In Spyro's Adventure it hits, like, it literally hits per tick, and it hits about 12 times. So the damage on that is insane. Then there's this Starfish Bullets, which I don't really like. I think it's pretty bad. I think it's one of those worse abilities. But I guess it's like somewhat good to engage in. Like you're fighting from a distance. It's a bit of perk damage while you're waiting. Like you say, it's someone's charging up an ability, you can get a bit of perk damage off. Kind of like a shotgun. Then there's the hold circle to charge your Starfish Bullet attack, which is still again alright. I don't like charge abilities, but the thing with Wham shot is if you're not swinging at your mace, you're at a distance, and I guess these are good to close the gap. That's about it. Then obviously you get an increased damage to your mace, which is really good, that's fine by me. Starfish Bullets deal increased damage again, that's fine by me. And then you get his Poseidon Strike, which is actually like really good. It's better when you upgrade it, to be fair. So all in all, his first thing, like, it's very mediocre abilities, like 3 here. But then you've also got 2 pretty strong abilities that increase your mace damage and give you a really good third attack. And bearing in mind as well, you leave like a little electric field near you, like when you're thinking, so not only do you like, does the field increase, you also leave yourself a nice little area near you. I guess in this game that combo does knock back though, which is good and bad because sometimes you knock them out of the full amount of damage. Boom. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, the range on the Starfish isn't great, but I guess it can still reach like good areas, so. Boom! So the damage he puts out is quite good. I do prefer him in Spyro's Adventure, like. I do like him a lot more in Spyro's Adventure, obviously the game that I'm going to be ranking him in. Because, you know, he came out and he was pretty strong. And he was pretty rare. Like, the chance of you picking this dude up, like, when I got him I remember my friend saying, like, how did you actually manage to find him? I was like, well, he was just in Tesco, there's only one of him. And it was an interesting one. My friend's mum worked at Argos, so it's like, he could get away with like getting loads of Skylanders, because not only did she get first dibs on Skylanders that came out, she also got like a £2 discount, so she got on for like a £5. And so this is one of the ones I wanted for like, I got his Soul Gem, which I think you find his Soul Gem in Oil Spill Island in the first game, and I just love him. Like he's one of my favourite Skylanders. It's a shame in this one he's not as good, like, or at least don't feel as good.
Looks like your Skylander is taking some nice damage, as we say in the business. See you later, non-alligator.
You can literally just spam this and get like kills, it's ridiculous. His combos are very meh. There's 78, and I did. See, this is the thing, it's like, it's just a quicker version of activating it. Ding ding. Next set of upgrades, so our person went down upgrading his mace. I had to go down upgrading his mace because these abilities are very meh, like they're not bad. Like I think if you're playing a more co-op, you kind of can go down this one, because you can either go down, you know, being the brute force or the sit back and shoot, only using your brute force when you need to. Shoot 3 starfish at once, that's fine. So essentially you're shooting 9 starfish. Starfish homing on enemies, so obviously all 3 homing. So you're hitting 9 starfish on them, which isn't too bad. And then starfish latch onto enemies dealing continuous damage. This skill tree is actually not that bad, like it's quite amusing to go down. Like, if you have 2 Wham shells, I do recommend going down this one at some point, because it is pretty fun to do. I used to always go down this one at first, because like I used to always go down the ability, which was worse. But then there's the one that went down. So the combos are actually not very good, because your first combo already does a lot of damage anyway. This one basically makes your move slow but keeps your trident spinning, which is good if you can hit it off if you're in a 1v1 situation. Other than that, not really. And the other one's the power slam, where basically it's just two basic attacks mixed with your trident slam, except your trident slam don't have the actual area of effect, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. And then there's the mace attacks deal even more damage. And bear in mind your mace attacks are already dealing like a lot of damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can't argue with increased damage. Like the only good thing about this is like all three are different. Like shooting three at once, herming, latching, doing continuous damage. This is like combo, even more damage. And then there's the Mace of the Deep, which is the powerful strike, which I've got, which is ridiculously strong at clearing enemies. Like I'm not even kidding. It's crazy, crazy, crazy strong. And then there's his soul gem, which I'm very hit or miss on this. Like I like it when a character's got like take Prison Break for example, when he's got armor but his armor's like here. When your armor is your soul gem, that's when I sort of have a problem, because I personally don't think you should have like an armor soul gem. I think your soul gem should be like your overpowered move, which for a lot of characters it's true. Like Spyro's got a really good soul gem, Gilgrunt's got a really powerful soul gem, Trigger Happy's even got a very powerful soul gem. But certain characters like, I think it's Drill Sergeant, you know, even Wham Shell just don't, like it's just cool, you get armor for an already quite well armored character. So it's just quite underwhelming. Like even Boomers is quite bad. Like, he can kick his troll bombs, I think it was. To me that's not exactly very good. So I'll probably be working on Boomer after, because I only need one more upgrade for him.
The Skylanders should probably try to not get hit so much.
I hate it. The only thing that annoys me about these arenas are these sheep.
Ouch, babe.
Probably didn't feel very good.
Boom.
Some broccoli guy lines are just
It's just a good job I'm ranking them from the games that came out in, because Wham Shell wouldn't get ranked as high if I was ranking them for how they're playing Imaginators, to be fair. Like Spyro would have got like Spyro to get a 4 easily, because obviously he's a lot better in Imaginators than what he's in Thingy. Like he's very okay.
Serious punishment. Might want to think about some serious retaliation too. I am pretty sure I am the first person ever to say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
and another one bites the dust. Believe me, too, it does not taste good. Dust, that is not good.
Oh, this Skylander is just mowing down bad guys like it's mowing day or something.
There was always something about Wham Shell's design which like absolutely threw me off, and I actually loved him. Like, he would if I was to do like a rating of like my top 10 favourite Skylanders, like, which I probably will do once I get all of the Skylanders and I've given them all like a fair chance. Once I finish this series I might do like my top 10 favourite Skylanders from might do my top 10 favourite Skylanders from Generation 1 and my top 10 least favourite. You say, but I still need Sunburn, I still need Slam Bam, Warnado,
Looks like this Skylander is taking
and
some
Dino.
nice damage, as we say in the business.
My friend had Dino Rank. It's really annoying because like my friend had Dino Rank and like it didn't really seem great. But then now that I'm looking back at it now, there's a lot of people saying how amazing of a Skylander he was.
Oh yeah, that is some good stuff right
So I don't know. I'm really looking forward to giving him another shot. It's kind of the only time that
Wow, chill, Bill. It is a pretty bad day to be a bad guy.
oof. Good on the avoid. Good on the avoid.
Oh, that's nice.
Boom.
We're seeing the Skylanders start to firmly establish their own dominance.
It's hard to imagine that the bad guys could come back from this, but anything could literally happen. We don't even have rules in this arena battle. Can you believe we used to fight against this guy?
An easy victory. Easy victory.
And looking back, okay, I have to admit, I kind of saw that one coming. I mean, the Skylanders, they pretty much always win, right?
They are definitely
So then, that was a look at Wham shell. And so I go too into detail about how the skill trees go because I just don't see much of a point. However, design-wise, it's a very cool looking Skylander, so he gets props for that. So I'm judging for the game that he came out in. He came out in first generation, so he looked cool in the first game. The combo did an amazing amount of damage in the first game. However, but where the mace was better, the Starfish was worse because the Starfish seemed to have like a weird shot arc in the first game, which for some reason I can hit the Starfish a lot more in this game than I can in the older games. So where there's an upside, there's a downside. However, his first set of upgrades are good. They're usable. This allows your Starfish to actually be useful. So you can go down this and be completely fine. This makes your mace unstoppable, giving you more armor, basically allowing you to brawl. This soul gem goes miles better with this because you're constantly in the fight brawling. However, this is also good with this because obviously if you're in the back and someone dives on you, you've got the extra protection. I was to rate him in this game, I'd have rated him like a 2.5 in this game. But because I'm going more for, when he came out, it was a lot stronger back then. Like, because obviously his first combo hit for like a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm gonna at least give him a 3. Like, I'd love to give him like a 3.5, but I probably could get away with giving him a 3.5, but I'm not gonna because his Starfish just wasn't that good, and it was very okay. So 3 out of 5 seems fair. If you don't have a Wham shell in your collection, I do recommend picking him up because he's like very, very strong. He's very fun. And yeah, he's one of my favourite Skylanders, all in all. But if you stuck around and watched till the end, thank you. Next one we're doing Drobot, which is I know is a fan favourite, so I'll try not to disappoint. Thank you.